Really?
That's horrible, yeah. And people had bought them at stores like Walmart and other places, and that's not good at all. Look at something in Old Navy. What, should I get another darker blue or a black? What do you think?
I don't know. You know what's gonna work, not me. What do you think?
Huh?
What do you think? Trixie. Come on. Come on, let's go party. Come on. Vente. Come on. Dale. I got you. Come on, let's go party. Come on, go party. Let's go.
Let's go. Go party. Come on, Trixie. Trixie, come on. Trixie,
Come on.
come here. Trixie, come on.
She'll come.
You know that you have to. Come on. I know. Oh, there you go. Come on. Go potty.
She's like, the hell with this shit.
No, okay.
Huh? Trixie, you're eating. Huh? You playing, baby? You playing? Playing with your toy? Got me a new setup. I got me a new camera. There's been a lot going on since my last video about 12 days ago. And today we're going to talk about exactly what's been happening, what's been going on as far as what I've been going through. I was supposed to have surgery already on the 19th, and that didn't happen. So I was kind of stressed out. I was so stressed out, and I'm going to tell you why. And I ended up buying another camera because I wanted a smaller rig. I've had the 80D, 90D, I got Canon cameras. I have GoPros. I was filming for a while on the GoPro 9, which was small, compact, and everything was good. But you guys know that in order to get a little bit better picture, a little bit more control over things, you need an actual camera like a DSLR or something that's similar like that. So what I did is I wanted to get something smaller rig. So you guys are familiar with the Canon M50 Mark II. That's what I'm shooting on right now. I got the whole setup. I even got the Sigma 16mm, and I have the Rode mini mic on there. You guys can see that. All right, that's the setup I have. That's the new setup that I have. Let me tell you what happened to me as far as my surgery, what's been going on with my cancer and everything else. But first, let me get dressed. Let me tell you guys one thing right now is that when you're dealing with insurance companies, man, always put up a fight. Look, I'm gaining some weight. Can you tell? I'm not that skinny like I used to be. I went from 154 to 174. And that's because the doctor wanted me to gain weight before the surgery. But that didn't happen. Let me get dressed and we'll continue. And I'll explain to you exactly why I was so stressed out that I had to drink a couple of beers and I went out and I bought me another camera. I'm going to explain that to you guys in a little bit. Let me get dressed. By the way, I'm still losing my hair. Look at my eyebrows. Look at them. I had chemo right before Christmas. Today is the 22nd, 23rd, I think. So it's been about a month now since I've had my last chemo. Now, if you guys know, this is actually not like minor surgery. This is major surgery, right? I mean, you take out my stomach and all that. I consider that major. The one thing that pisses me off, and believe me, I shot this video maybe 2 times, 3 times already, but I have to do it again because it's like I was pissed off, and I used a lot of curse words in that video that I just, going back and looking at it, I was like, you know what, I can't put this out there. Even though it is what it is and what I wanted to say, I still have to kind of stay positive. I had to take a little breather and collect myself, go out and buy me a camera, spend a little bit of money, drink a little bit of beer, and this is where we're at now. What happened. All right, so it started 5 days before I was supposed to have surgery. I was supposed to have surgery on the 19th. So 5 days prior to that, you need to go take a COVID test before surgery. So I remember it was a Friday, last Friday, and I went to Kelsey. Yeah, I can say Kelsey. The issue's not with Kelsey. Well, no, not with Kelsey. I don't think so. Anyway, I went in to go take my COVID test. Don't take long, 5-10 minutes. Well, not even 5 minutes to go in there and do the actual test. You know, you have to wait so they can call you and everything else. That's not the issue. The thing is that when I was there waiting to get my COVID test, I got a phone call from the doctor's office telling me that I need to see about calling my insurance because they needed a continuity of care. I think that's what it's called. And they could not do it for me because it's one of those things that it's like, you know, when a lawyer, you know, when you're in an accident, a lawyer goes and he's trying to solicit his service, you know, for him, you know, stuff like that. So she told me that they could not do that on my behalf, that I would have to do it, me as a patient, call my insurance to get that going. I didn't know at the time what was going on. I didn't know why I had to be involved with that, why I had to do that, why I had to call my insurance company for that. But she started telling me about, you know, hey, you have to do this and do that, and so on and so on. And so I said, okay. And so I asked her too. I said, well, why aren't you guys taking care of it? And that's what she came back with, telling me that she could not do it. They could not do it on my behalf. I would have to do it myself. Anyway, long story short, so the chick sounded kind of dingy to me, you know. I don't know what it was about her, but she sounded like she didn't know what the hell she was talking about. But I guess she was just doing her job. So anyway, I ended up getting my COVID test, thinking everything is cool. Going back to work from lunch. And then I called the insurance company and I told them what I needed to do, that this is what they had told me to do. And of course, the insurance company is asking me questions and asking me all kinds of things and telling me that I could not put their request in because I'm the patient and I don't have all the information that they need. Now, when she said information that they need, she's talking about like an MPI number. She's talking about maybe some codes that doctors use. MPI number, in case you don't know, the doctors have a MPI number that they identifies them as the doctor. The hospital has an MPI number also too, and so on and so on. You get the picture? So this is what they use instead of just let's say hospital so-and-so, this is what it is. They need a number associated with that hospital. So that's the MPI number. In case you didn't know, now you know. I'm finding out all this stuff as I go because I've been on the phone with the insurance company back and forth. So anyway, so after this, I called back to the doctor and I told him that I could not put the request and she wouldn't take it because I didn't have all the information. So I'm playing tag phone back and forth. This is on a Friday afternoon. Finally, about 5 o'clock, I ended up getting a call from the doctor. I don't know how many people I've spoken to already. Like I said, tag phone, back and forth, leave messages. They try coming back. We're just missing each other. So finally, I talked to this one lady, and she gives me the information that I need, which is the MPI number for the doctor, and MPI number for the hospital. I get that down, and then I call back the insurance company, and I tell them, this is what they need, and so on and so on, and all that sort of stuff. And then, of course, they tell me that the hospital is no longer with insurance. So meaning that my doctor is okay, he's covered in insurance, but the hospital, they dropped the hospital. So now I'm pretty much SOL. I cannot get that continuality of care because they're no longer under contract. So what am I supposed to do now, right? I'm supposed to have surgery in 5 days, and now the hospital is not insured or covered by the insurance. So this happened on a Friday, and I'm trying to see what I can do or what to make this happen. Again, if you guys go through anything like this, just know that, yeah, you can push things along, but you know what? It's not really my job to get this stuff done. It's not really my job to get the codes and everything else between the hospital or the doctor to doctor, and referrals and all this stuff. That's their job. That's what they do. I don't know why. It just so happened that, I had to do it, but, it is what it is, and I started doing it, and I started trying to figure out what's going on because, after all, it is my health. And again, I'm supposed to have surgery in 5 days. So Friday, I didn't get anywhere. I didn't get no kind of yes or no or anything like that. So here comes Saturday. I started trying to call my doctor, trying to see what's going on. We're going back and forth. And then pretty much what it was is I have to look for another doctor, or I have to look for another doctor. Let me reverse back a little bit on that. The doctor that I had, if he would have been able to work at different hospitals, like other doctors, instead of just being instead of just being married to that one hospital, then maybe it would have happened. The other hospital that was insured by the insurance company, it could have happened over there. They could have just changed the hospital, and then my doctor could have performed the surgery, and that was that. But because my doctor doesn't do that, he only worked at one hospital, I was SOL. So here's the deal. I talked to my main doctor, which is taking care of me for my chemo, my cancer and all that. He's the one that oversees everything. The plan was to either try and get a new doctor and try to get a doctor that's going to be with a plan and, of course, insurance. So pretty much have to start all over again. Or maybe just going, being that what it was, because he wanted me to get the surgery, hurry up and get it done. There was another way that I could have done it too, but I wasn't too happy with that. And the reason for that is because this is major surgery, and I don't just want anybody to just go ahead and come in there and do what they got to do, which I'm going to get to that in a little bit. So sit down, get you some popcorn, get you a drink, because it's going to be a pretty long video, I think. I'm just going to try to explain everything without using too many curse words and without being too pissed off. I'm just going to try and explain everything to you guys. Let you guys know what I'm going through and why I've been stressed out. All right, so I was trying to get a different doctor, looking for a different doctor. I was doing research, and pretty much I just came to the conclusion that, I'm just going to go ahead and see by going to MD Anderson. My insurance company said that, MD Anderson is covered, Methodist is covered, and I forgot some other hospitals. But, I'm in Houston, so you can't go wrong. This is the best place to be for cancer. MD Anderson, that's all they cover is just cancer. So now that I look back at it, I should have just gone with MD Anderson in the first place and not dealing with all this bullshit that I'm dealing with now. Because it's been a headache, so much of a headache that I'm losing my hair. I have no more hair. And I don't just blame it on the chemo, but because I've been stressed out. So anyway, so that's what I was doing, back and forth looking for a doctor and stuff like that. And I couldn't find one. And then I was going to MD Anderson. I was trying to look for a doctor there, but their website, it's like trying to look for a doctor. I couldn't find one. So finally, I found a doctor by reading someone's story on their webpage that was diagnosed with stomach cancer also, and they had removed the stomach. And it just so happened the doctor's name was on his story, so it was a link. I clicked on it, I did some research on it, and I said, okay, you know what? At this point in time, I had already told my doctor to put in a referral for MD Anderson, which he had already done, and I'm just looking for a doctor. And so I found a doctor, and I said, I'm just going to go with this one because he's done what I need to get done. Now, let me back up a little bit again there and let you know that the other doctor that we kind of found, it's a doctor that specializes in thoracic surgery. If you don't know what thoracic surgery is, or thoracic doctor, he mainly deals with the upper chest, meaning like the lungs, the esophagus. But in my case, is the esophagus and the stomach. So he deals with this part up, the heart, lungs, things like that. So when I got referred to that doctor, I'm not gonna give any names, but what threw up a red flag for me, and just so you can pay attention and do your research, and because this is your health and you need to be involved if something like this is going on with you. It doesn't matter what it is. When it comes to your health, always be involved. Always ask questions. You can't remember, write them down. Two heads are better than one, and start writing shit down and ask questions because it is your health. So this is what happened to me, is that when I called to set up the appointment for that doctor, she asked me what I was going to go in for. And I said, well, I was diagnosed with stomach cancer, and they're supposed to remove my stomach and so on and so on. And I was supposed to have surgery, but this and this happened, right? So the first thing that she told me was, well, he doesn't specialize in the stomach. He specializes maybe lung cancer and stuff like that. And I said, well, then why am I going to go see him then? Why should I go see him if he's not going to be able to help me with what I need? But here's the deal, is that my doctor knows this doctor, which, doctor knows best, right? Again, it is your health. So you do have the last say so. If you don't feel right about something, speak up, say something. I'm doing these videos because I'm showing you what I'm going through, and maybe it'll help you out dealing with insurance companies and all this other crap. I said I wasn't going to curse, but I'm getting to the point where I want to freaking curse, but I'm not going to because it's a pain in the ass dealing with what I've been dealing with. So anyway, continue with the story. I ended up going back and forth with my doctor, and that was the only doctor that I could find, and he gave me some assurance that, you know what, I know this doctor, I trust him, I know I have confidence in him, and so on and so on and so on, and they're going to have a team, to do the work on you and everything else. And the same thing I told him, I said, well, but why am I going to him if he doesn't specialize in the stomach, what I need? But I understand my doctor was more concerned with, you need to have the surgery done now, you need to get it done, you need to get it, get in there, get this done. But at the same time, it's like, this is my health, you know what I'm saying? So you have to, again, be involved. It is your health. So we're going back and forth. Finally, he convinced me that, you know what, I should go see this doctor. So I went ahead and made the appointment. And again, when I made the appointment, I talked to the lady and I told her, I said, well, you told me this doctor doesn't work on the stomach and so on and so on. And she goes, no, I misunderstood, this and that, whatever. You know how they try to do. Maybe she got her ass chewed out because of what she told me. Nevertheless, she already told me, threw up a red flag, and that's where I was at. So after that, I kept on asking her, are you sure I'm going to the right doctor? Because, I don't want to go see a mechanic that works on nothing but VWs, but yet I come in with a Cadillac and he doesn't know anything too much about Cadillac. Same kind of deal as far as mechanic wise goes, but different parts. And it's like I haven't worked on a Cadillac, before. They have different, sensors. They have things to do an oil change. 6 different plugs, or that kind of stuff. So it's a little different. I know it's a mechanic, but it's still not the same mechanic that specializes in working with a Cadillac. He works on VWs, which is totally different from a Cadillac. If you understand what I'm trying to tell you. If you're a mechanic, then you understand that some of these cars, the way they are, they have, a couple to do an oil change. Some of these fancy cars, they have 6 plugs, 12 plugs, whatever, just do an oil change for this and that. So if you understand, stay with me, okay? So that's where I was at. So I made the appointment and I was like, okay, I'm okay with going to go see this doctor, see what's going to happen and everything. Because at this point, I was like, I need to get the surgery done. But in the back of my mind, I was still like, you know what? I'm still not satisfied. So what changed it for me was when they wanted my medical records, notes, and all that of what I had gone through, my PET scan, my images. I needed to request a CD to get my images so the doctor can get them and he can view them and everything else. So again, I had to put in a request for that. I had to call and put in a request for the notes and put a request for the images and all that. It just so happened that they already had the notes from my previous doctor, my main doctor, that he had already sent them over. The only thing I needed was a CD with the images of my stomach and what the problem was. Okay, so I ended up getting that. So I had to go pick it up at my doctor's office, right? So when I got there, you know, my doctor's nurse, I gotta tell you, she's been a hell of a freaking nurse, man. She's really helped me out. 110%. She's really helped me out. So the first thing that she came out to talk to me, and when I was picking up the paperwork and all that, because I had to turn the paperwork in for insurance purposes too. So the first thing that she told me was, why is he sending you to a thoracic doctor, which doesn't specialize with the stomach. He deals with the upper chest part. Again, another flag. So I ended up talking to her, and I told her the same thing. You know, I said the same thing. Why am I going to him to go do this? You know, I understand surgery is needed ASAP, but you're just throwing a mechanic in there that's, you know, maybe can do the job and maybe something happens. Who knows? This is my health. It's my life, right? And it's not minor surgery, it's major surgery. Okay? So we talked back and forth and so on and so on. And we were both on the same page, me and the nurse. And of course the doctor, you know, he just wants to get the surgery done because of the importance that, you know, needs to get done. So she went back and she talked to the doctor, and she pretty much told him the same thing that I had said. Why am I going to this doctor? You know, put me in a referral for MD Anderson. Because at this point in time, I told the nurse, I said, you know what, I'm not going to be here dicking around anymore. I need to get this shit done. So put me in a referral for MD Anderson and let me see a doctor there, and they specialize in cancer, and let's just get the shit done. Because that's the type of person I am. I just want to get the shit done, get it over with. If I'm hurt, whatever, get it done, put a band-aid, let's go, keep on going. That's how I deal with things. So she went back, talked to the doctor, and pretty much, you know, she told him, you know, hey, why can't I put a referral for MD Anderson? Let's just go ahead and do that from the beginning, so on, so on, so on. And so he pretty much said, okay, that's fine. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Put it in. So that got put into MD Anderson. The referral got put in. Now, like I said, this is going to be a pretty long video because it's not over yet. And I'm telling you, man, you got to get on the phone. You got to fight with insurance companies. Stand your ground. You got to do what you got to do. Let my example, what I'm showing you here, help you out, if anything, because dealing with insurance companies and dealing with going back and forth and everything else is just a pain in the ass. And I'm telling you, but it's got to be done. It's your health. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's your health. Remember that. So you have the last word. If you're not happy about something, speak up and say something. Okay, so the referral got put in. And then I think it was Monday, I ended up calling. The nurse sent me the information that it was already put in and everything and so on and so on. And I'm good with that. So come Friday, this is a whole week. So come Friday again, I ended up calling MD Anderson to check up on the referral and so on and so on. And check up on the doctor and everything else, see how everything's going. And I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to give no names out, but I'm going to tell you this. Being for what I'm going through, being that I have cancer, being that I'm already stressed out, having to deal with going back and forth, I called this lady and she answered, and I told her, you know, that I'm checking up on the referral, and she said, okay, yeah, we have it. We got it in. And she gave me my representative's name. And I said, okay, cool. I said, well, is there any way that we can expedite this? Can we get this done ASAP to where I can speak to someone so we can take care of this, you know? And she said, well, we have 3 days to contact you. I said, okay, I understand that now, but you know, the reason I'm saying expedite this is because of this and this and this. And I didn't tell her my whole story, but I kind of told her I was diagnosed and I was supposed to have surgery on the 19th. It didn't happen, you know, gave her the little story. And you know what? I said I wasn't going to curse, but you know what this bitch told me? She said, well, I'll tell him to give you a call when he has a chance. And I just paused, and she paused, and I said, well, being that what I just told you in my situation, there's not any way that we can expedite this. I mean, is that the best answer you've got for me? That's the best that you can do for me? And I wasn't trying to be a dick. You know, I was pissed off, but I wasn't trying to be a dick or try to be sarcastic about anything. I'm just trying to get things done because I need to have this shit done. And again, she's like, well, I'll just let him know that, you know, he can give you a call when he has a chance. No anything as far as like, I'm so sorry that what you're going through. Let me see what I can do. Nothing. I'm not expecting for you to have pity on me. I'm not expecting for you to treat me like I'm handicapped. I don't want that bullshit. I want the shit to get done. That's what I want. And for you to know where I'm at, what I'm going through, at least have some kind of consideration. Other people that I talk to, they're like, I'm sorry what you're going through and so on. Let me see what I can do for them to help you out. Very helpful. This bitch here, if I had some say so, I'd wring her ass. I really would. Anyway, I let it go. I went back and I sent a message to my doctor, which the nurse, she received it, and she ended up, like I said, 110% she's been helping me out. So she ended up calling the hospital and letting them know exactly what happened with me, and we can expedite this and so on and so on. And the lady at the other end agreed with what was happening. She shouldn't have been that way. She shouldn't have said that. She should have been more helpful, which is, I mean, come on. I guarantee you if this was her going through that problem, she'd be the same way like me. Or if it was one of her family members, or she'd be trying to get some help. But since it wasn't, it's not her, which is a lot of times, you know, I'm starting to see that, you know what, if it doesn't affect me, the hell with you. I feel like I was just a number. I'm not just a number, man. You know, just like I pay for the insurance, and then this happened with the insurance. Why do I pay the insurance for? So you guys can put up a wall that I can't climb over? When everything's said and done and I'm supposed to get shit done, you put up a wall? I mean, what the hell? Why do we pay for insurance? Why do they're good and ready to take my money, but then all of a sudden sometimes they want to put up a wall like this. And I just don't understand. And I said I was gonna be cool about it. I wasn't gonna curse, and I'm not gonna curse. But you can understand my frustration. You can understand where I'm at, because the 19th I was supposed to have surgery. It's already 20 something, and I still haven't had surgery. I'm still trying to deal with going to go see a doctor, trying to get into go to the hospital and everything else. Now, how long is that gonna take now? I have no idea. In the meantime, I already did my chemo, did what I had to do, and now it's like I'm starting to feel like a little bit more, a little pain coming back, you know, when I eat and stuff like that, whatever. So it's like, is this shit coming back? Is the cancer flaring back up again? I don't know. So you see where I'm at. I'm trying to get the shit done, but I keep getting obstacles in my way that I cannot overcome. Anyway, so that's where I've been at. I've been stressed out dealing with this. And so far, this past Friday, I ended up talking to the nurse again, and she sent over all this stuff. Again, I talked to the hospital, and they wanted me to get financially cleared, which now, after the fact, they're going to work on that. It's just that I was told by the hospital to contact financial so I can get clear as far as insurance, and if I have to pay for this, have to pay for that, I'm going to be charged out of the insurance and so on and so on, because it haven't been cleared yet. So it's kind of like I almost jumped the gun there, but it wasn't my doing. Now it seems like they're kind of moving to get the shit done, which is good. I'm grateful for that. So last word is that financial, I talked to them and they gave me some codes that the doctor put in and they need to change. And again, I talked to the nurse and she called me and she told me, you know what, why you have to deal with all this stuff? I don't understand. You're doing too much already trying to deal with this, and it's not your job to be dealing with the codes for the hospital. Your job for the codes for this and referrals and this and that. It's not your job. It's our job to do this with the hospital, with the doctors, whatever it's that. And I agreed from the get-go. So to my doctor's nurse, I'm not going to say her name. You know, I wish I really could. I mean, I got to give it to her. She's really been working on my stuff, and she understands my position, where I'm at. And even my doctor said, you know, these insurance companies, they don't care about anybody's health or life. They just want to, you know, get the stuff done with their money and so on and so on. And they don't care about people's lives. And that's really how I feel right now. Like, the insurance company, they don't give a shit about me. They don't give a shit. As long as they get their money. I've been paying insurance. I've been working at Metro 12, 13 years now, maybe 14. And I've been paying insurance all this time. And you mean to tell me you're good and damn ready to take my money, but when it comes to me needing something, you give me a little bit and then you kind of pull a little bit back, almost like fishing? I almost got you. And then you put a freaking wall up that I can't climb. That's some bullshit. I'm not gonna curse. I just want you to know what I've been going through and my stress and everything else, man. And like I can't tell you enough, is your health. Ask questions. Don't if something tells you it's not right, don't do it. Ask questions. Talk to your doctor. That's what they're there for. What else have I been going through other than that? Today's Sunday. I just wait now for Monday to see if they call me, so I can go see a doctor once they get the insurance cleared up and all that. And that's at the end right now. Is that this past Friday what I was doing, you know, trying to get financial and everything else. Well, the nurse called him back again and get more information. So now it's like, hey, you just did it. You know, it's only been 4 hours and you submitted paperwork and everything. Financial has to go through it and get everything, you know, verified and everything. They got to do their part and everything else. So it's just that when she called me, I jumped the gun, not knowing, trying to get stuff done. So they have the paperwork and everything else. They just have to do their part. And I'm calling them, trying to check on this when they haven't done their part yet, but they have the information. So that's where I'm at right now. So tomorrow's Monday. I gotta wait till Monday or maybe Tuesday. They're gonna call me back, and hopefully we'll get the ball rolling. Where I end up going to maybe go see the doctor, go to the hospital, and then, you know, get things going as far as going in to go get surgery and stuff like that. So I don't know. From last, they told me that I might be able to see a doctor January the 27th, if not maybe February the 3rd. So my thing is that it's getting longer and longer of a stretch for me to have surgery, when I think I need to have surgery now. And that's what my doctor was concerned about too, getting the surgery done ASAP. And it's not happening. So we'll see. That's where I'm at. Now, other than that, you know, people getting sick with COVID, I'm trying to, you know, do what I can so I won't get sick, because I don't need to be getting sick right now. I just found out this past weekend that one of my aunts passed away. So it looks like we're going to be going back to Corpus on Tuesday for the funeral. And that means that we're going to have to leave here early in the morning, because church starts at 11. And then they do the mass and everything else. And then I think the funeral is going to be at 1. And then after that, about 2:30, you know, they go and have food and things like that, and then we have to come back to Houston. So it's gonna be a long day Tuesday. But anyway, that's what's going on for me right now, and I hope that if you guys get anything out of this video, I hope it helps somebody out. And just know that dealing with insurance companies and dealing with doctors and everything else, and that's not, it's not over yet. You know that. You know, once you get the surgery done, everything else, you know, you're gonna get bills coming in. And I already got a bill that I didn't even know. I got called on it last week from another hospital telling me that I have a bill, and if I knew about it, it's for like about $100, and I had no idea. She said, "Do you know about it?" I said, "No." It didn't show up on my app. I don't know anything about it. So if I don't know anything about it, how am I going to pay for it? So she said, "Well, it's going to be like a third party kind of deal," and so on and so on. So just be ready, man. Just be ready for having to deal with insurance companies, having to deal with bills coming in, having to deal with all this other crap. It's going to happen. I'm going through it. I'm not too happy about it. I mean, prior to this, I've been like, it's been great, but now with insurance companies with this, it's been kind of shitty. So on a good note, I'm able to eat, but just now I'm starting to feel like, okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit of pain if I eat a little bit too much and stuff like that, whatever. So I'm kind of concerned a little bit about that. I'm kind of worried because I'm supposed to have a surgery, and I don't want to keep talking about have surgery, but that is what I need, I guess. And that's what worries me right now, because I'm blocked right now. I'm at a standstill, and I cannot get this done. And again, like I said, I'm the type of person that if I know a solution, if I gotta get shit done, whatever, then let's get it done and let's move on. And it's not happening. So it stresses me out. And so, like I'm telling you guys, I hope that you guys get something out of this. I know it comes with it, but I wish they would make things a lot easier for people. I wish that things would continue to flow and get shit done. But things change, man. A lot of things change, and it's like it changes from one day to another. And if this hadn't changed about the hospital being dropped, I would have had my surgery already. I would have been here at home recuperating right now. Not that I'm so happy and thrilled about doing that, but I know it's got to be done. It's something I have to do to get better. And that's where I'm at. I just want to get this shit done and get better. But insurance companies, man. So I hope you guys take something from this video. And if you guys have been through it, I know probably some of you guys have already been through it. This is my first time going through this. And I tell you what, it sucks. But I'm still staying positive. I'm still trying to do what I can before I go to surgery or whatever. I'm still trying to stay positive. I know it is what it is. And I know it's gonna be some bumps in the road, but it's nothing that I can't handle. And for the most part, I've been pretty cool about shit, and I haven't put any kind of complaints with insurance or for the hospital. I haven't done any of that stuff. I'm just trying to get myself better. So I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys are trying to stay safe and all that other good stuff. And I know it's a long video, man, but you know what? I gotta put this out there so that way you guys will know. And like I said, if you guys are dealing with anything like this, if you guys know somebody that's about to go stuff like this, you know, if it helps you out, then great. My story through my lens for you guys. Hope you guys have a good day, and I hope, man, that I get to make more videos like this. And it's just that with the shit going on, you guys already know where I'm at. It's just tough, man. It's hard. All right, with that being said, we'll see you guys on the next one. You guys be safe, be cool. Thank you for the support. Thank you for checking up on me. And you guys are the best, man. My YouTube family right here. You guys are the best. We'll see you later.